How y'all doing? It's Craig here again. I know it's been a while since I've posted a saw video. I've been working tons and tons of overtime. I'm now officially on vacation until next year. This is December the 14th. Got a customer saw here. I already know what the problem is, but I just want to start it up and let you guys see what it's doing, and then I'll explain to you why I fixed it the way I fixed it. Now, this is a Stihl 017. Not sure when it was built. It's a 30cc. I'm not going to tell you when it was built. But anyway, get right to the problem. Problem is it's got a plugged up carburetor. Idle's good, starts idle's good. You go to give it some fuel, it just bogs and falls on its face. I took the carburetor off, and it's got one of the non-adjustable pieces of shit EPA carburetors on it. So I'll start it up and let you see what it's doing here. Starts fine, idle's good. That's what happens. So, like I said, I already know what's wrong with it. Get you here on the table. It is a carb issue. The carburetor itself is a piece of junk EPA carburetor. I don't like this filter configuration. As you can see, it's got some stuff done in the filter box there that it was able to get past the filter. There's not too much you can do with that. That's just what you're going to have with this little homeowner saw here. I did purchase an aftermarket carburetor that had the adjustment screws for the high and low, so at least we can get it adjusted. The history of this saw belongs to a buddy of Kyle, my buddy that I built the 664, got the video series of, belongs to one of his buddies, and he actually took it to an authorized Stihl dealer. September the 18th of 2015, and they had it for a period of time. Called him up and said they were sorry, they could not fix it. I don't know why they said they couldn't fix it. Probably more they didn't want to fix it. That's the choke linkage. There's a little hole, and I'll show that when I'm putting it back together. A little hole right here in the end of the on-off choke mechanism that slides inside the rod and then hooks onto the choke butterfly. Let me pause this. I got to get a little bolt to put in the fuel line. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just a self-tapping screw for the Stihl. Better undo the throttle linkage here. Sometimes these things can be a little cantankerous. I don't have very good lighting in the barn. Yeah, it looks like that should come out. Just got to get down in there and kind of roll it out. Sometimes it's a lot easier said than done. Get a longer pair of needle nose here. This rod's going to have to come up anyway, so I'll take it out first. That might allow me to get it a little easier. And put these things in here in a position where you can't hardly get to them. Be right back. Get my bigger pair of needle nose here. Okay. Now let's see what we can't do. Like I said, I don't like the way Stihl done this. You got this little bracket right there that's impinging your progress. I got it halfway out now, but now it's kind of like jammed. There. Right there it goes. You got to get the throttle linkage at just the right angle, and you get this throttle linkage at just the right angle. You grab a hold of your linkage, and as you're pulling back, you kind of twist a little bit, and then it'll fall right out. Take the fuel line off here. That's just to keep gas from running out. Okay, and here's what I'll show you. Non-adjustable. Now you probably adjust the low side right there. That's got a little plug in it. So I'd say if you run a threaded tap down in there, you could probably pull that plug and adjust the low. But I'm pretty sure it's not the low side that's plugged up. I'm almost sure it's the high side that's plugged up. And as you can see, there is no adjusting screw down in there. If you look, there's a little plug where the needle of the adjusting screw would go into the body, and it's plugged off with a little plug down in there. So it's absolutely non-adjustable. Now this carburetor is plugged up on the high side. So like I said, this here is the original, and this here is the aftermarket. So we're just going to kind of aftermarket's here, original's here. Looks pretty good on that side. There's the inlet, there's the inlet. Looks like the idle is in a different location. The idle on this one's up here. This is the original. Idle on the new one's down here. This is actually for an MS-170 instead of an 070. The linkage is made just a little bit different. This is a open-ended slot where this is an oval, closed oval. Other than that, they look pretty much the same. Again, this is the original. Here is the aftermarket pulse. Okay. We'll put the new aftermarket one on. Remember, Always check it, make sure it functions properly. Opens all the way, closes without interference, closes all the way, opens without interference. There we go. Kind of dyslexic there for a second. Check and make sure everything down in here is still in place. Looks like it all is in place where it needs to be. No dirt. Slides right in place. At this point I'm going to go ahead and put the fuel line back on it. Take your needle nose, just kind of help it along there a little bit. Now we'll go ahead and try to hook up the throttle. Hopefully it'll hook up a lot easier than what come undone. There it is. This one with the closed oval-ended, you got to kind of twist it a little more to get it into place. Okay. Now what I was talking about here on this choke, see the hole right there, right underneath the kill switch wire. See that hole right there, where down in that little V area? That's where that choke linkage goes in. We'll go ahead and set this into place here. Also, you want to make sure that your spring is on top and not underneath. Otherwise you're going to be taking it back apart. Just snap it home, make sure it operates all the way. And there's your high idle. It catches right there, pulls it open just a little bit, lets off of it, your high idle's gone. That's off. So now you take your choke linkage, stick it right in that little hole. Yeah. There. And just work it right in. Operating the choke properly. Throttle seems to be working. Look down in, it's opening all the way up. So now we can start putting this thing back together. Set your air breather box back in place. Make sure it's not hitting nothing. Well, this one here sometimes can be a little cantankerous also because of where it's actually at in there. So whenever I have an issue like that, a little bit of petroleum jelly, Doesn't take a whole heck of a lot. That'll help it hold it into your socket or your nut drive or whatever it is you're using. Tighten this thing down. And remember, you don't want to go overly tight, they just need to be snug. Snug is all you're wanting. If you go too tight, you can actually pull them studs out of the plastic in the back of the carburetor mounting plate. Again, we're just going to make sure that everything works as it should. Okay. Now the one thing I didn't check, there are no holes, so once I get this started, I'm going to have to modify the case or the through holes to get to the adjusting screws. Looks like they're in the carburetor box, but they're not in the case flange there. So we'll just start it just like this without the air filter on it. Let me turn things back around here. Get you back out here in the center of the shop floor. Okay, choke's on. Four poles and a pop. Take the choke off. High idle's really high, so we're going to have to turn the high idle down. I'm not going to show you the modification on video here, but I will take them. Okay, we're back. Show you what I've done here. I've got it all assembled, but I just took and drilled a hole right here through the wrap handle and through the inner white piece of the body so I could get to the idle adjustment screw. And then I just took and opened up a little slot right behind the orange here in the white body. Just opened up enough right there that I could get into the two inner high and low idle mixture adjustments. So, going ahead and start it back up now. There it is. in essence, you can retrofit your EPA carbureted Stihl chainsaw, specifically the 017, to an adjustable non-EPA style carburetor. And the only thing you have to do is drill one hole there and cut a little bit out of your shroud right there, so you can gain access to your adjusting screws. Okay, hope you all enjoyed. Got a couple more videos I'm going to shoot. I'll get this one up first, get this guy his saw back. It's kind of sad that in 2015, September of 2015, a professional Stihl dealer told him this saw was unable to be fixed. And I just fixed it for him. Okay, y'all take care. See you in the next video.